Okay, well, that sucked. But hey, guys, we're here to discuss, so it's all good. The Dallas Mavericks finished their debut game against the San Antonio Spurs, and yeah, didn't go how I initially said it would. We did not put belt to ass on Wimby. Yeah, honestly, he did the opposite. He did that. He put belt to our ass. And honestly, he showed the league and he showed the Mavs and the entire league, honestly, that yeah, Victor Wembanyama, the hype is real. Everything that everybody's been saying about him for these last few years, he's on a mission to definitely show the league this year. And hey, I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. It's like it sucks for my team. It sucks so fucking much. I'm so upset. But it's one of 82, so I ain't gonna trip too much about it. But yeah, like I said, belt to ass, man. Final score 125 to 92. Cheeks clapped, man. Just honestly, and it looked bad pretty early. Not even gonna lie. I mean, we had moments definitely where it's like we were leading the game, and but it just felt like, all right, well, this is probably how if even if we're leading, this is going to be an ugly game. Like this is kind of how that felt for a while, and it just, but it never really felt like we had full control. Like we had moments, like definitely early on, I was like, all right, cool, we can definitely win this game, but it's going to be an ugly fought game. But no, that shit turned very quickly, and Wimby started just having his way with our entire team. And it's like, hey man, for this suffocating defense that we're gonna have this year, it's like 125 points isn't a good, game straight out the gates. But I mean, shit, it is what it is. But like I said, Wimby killed us. The boy, they were making everything. There's so many and ones. Like our bigs got into foul trouble very like I was at the game, so like this was devastating to actually like watch at home. I'm guessing, but it was even more devastating to actually be in the arena watching this happen because the vibes were so high for this game going into the game and even at the arena like everybody was going crazy during the anthem like everybody yelled flag and that's the thing that usually because of the Dallas Stars here we yell stars but they yelled flag so that was an amazing thing to see going into the season like the whole the love that was there for the boy already and to speak about Cooper as well. Like he was pretty timid. Like everybody's gonna talk about, first game jitters, which I mean you could see it there. He didn't score for the first half, but he did finish the game. But he had a bunch of rebounds. He did finish the game with 10 points, 10 rebounds, a steal, I believe, as well. So he tried to do his thing. I mean, but like all those 10 points came in the second half. He started finding his rhythm and finding his shot, and it's like it's one of those things that you're gonna. I mean, it's first game, bro. It is the jitters of that, and just also figuring out how he fits into this offense. And that's the thing, bro. This offense that we have, it's gonna look pretty dog shit and pretty putrid on certain nights just until we eventually get Kyrie and we get that facilitator and that just like offense starter that he is. And also, like, as the y'all like to shit on Jason Kidd and give him crap. And these are moments like this where I don't want to necessarily say it's warranted, but I can understand some of the confusion because that let's just be honest. I love Jason Kidd. He will just try shit at times where he'll just throw out lineups and do things. Which I'm not mad about the big lineup that he started with like no point guard, but it's just to conventional wisdom or to most people who will be like, do you really want to kick off the season with some shit like that? And yes, Jason Kidd will be like, yeah, I'm trying to do that shit. I'm trying to see what's up. It's like, bro, we got 82 of these things. Like, I got to see what the hell works and what don't work and tweak that. Like, I got to figure that out early. That's what he'll do. So that's why it's like he didn't start D'Angelo Russell, didn't start a point guard at all. And then eventually he did bring in D'Lo and Ryan Nembhard in like the same lineup. So it's just you got a smaller lineup, a smaller, not as great defensive lineup in your guards with that. But that's here's the thing: he played in this league. He's a coach, so I'm a trust in the coach, man. And then it's just maybe he was just also trying to get Cooper like acclimated and just get him started. I mean, it was so like it was his first play of the first play of the game was literally like a steal, and he passes it to AD. AD lobs it up to him, and I swear, if he had completed that alley oop, the entire arena would have went fucking crazy, and the entire NBA, like the internet, would have gone crazy if that was his first play of the NBA. And it just sucks so much for him that he didn't get to complete that alley oop, and I feel bad for him. But I feel bad for him, and I feel bad for history because that would have just been such an amazing thing to just come out the gates and see. But AD cleaned that up. He was doing his thing. He finished with like 20. He finished with I think like 26 if I'm not mistaken. It was 20 something. I know he was doing his thing. He was initiating the offense. At the end of the day, like the offense is going to be running through him right now, and it's like the same way that like Cooper is going to be the same way that Cooper is going to be point flag. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to run the ball down. Like AD is going to be doing a lot of that. And that's the thing. Even when Cooper did bring the ball down, everybody would end up looking for AD. So it's like it doesn't matter with who's out there. A lot of the times they'll run the ball down, get past half court, look for AD, and then basically just let AD start setting up his one on one, and that's just kind of what the offense looked like. And I'm gonna just say this shit right now. We're not gonna be able to do that for 82 games. Like not the entire game. We've got to figure out other like offensive schemes. We got to figure out other ways to get some easy buckets. But let's also just be honest about the big alien in the room. Like Wemby's big ass was in the paint, and he deterred a lot of what the Mavs were trying to do because while at the end of the day while this game may be full of like buckets and you shooting shots, getting some easy buckets at the rim is a big aspect of the game of basketball. And when you take that out of like a team, you make them a complete you make them one dimensional in the sense of what the fuck they're finna do. So it's like it was understood that a lot of people weren't gonna go in there and try Wimby. So it's just all right. We can set up our defenses. We can wait for you guys. We can be where you like. There's just so many things that he deterred by just his big ass presence, and he had 3 blocks on the night as well too. So he definitely sent people shot back, which made people think twice for the rest of the night. But that's the thing, you got to go at Wimby's big ass. Like Kyrie was out there, he would have been going at Wimby's big ass. That's what he does when he's out there because he understands. Like, yeah, you a big dude, but like still, but I've played this game enough to understand how to attack big guys and to get little, advantages over those people and use their height against them. And it's just we didn't have a dog who was doing enough of that. But like that's the thing. There were small bright spots, but it was just overall was a game that was just like, oh, okay, this was shit. We got to scratch this game and just get it out of our minds. Don't let this be what we follow for the rest, like what dwells in our mind too long for the rest of the season. We got to get past that shit. Is basically what we have to do with this game. We have to flush it and just get ready for our next game on Friday against Washington. Hopefully, we get a get right game with that one, beat the shit out of them, and just get the boys feeling good. And then play Toronto on Sunday as well, and finish out the week. Finish these 3 games out, be 2-1, be right back, in the swing of things. And I honestly do just believe that our offense is going to look shit like that at times when we're playing teams. I mean, look, bro, Wemby went fucking off. He killed us. Like, we're going to look like that against teams that have a good defensive, like, anchor or a really good defensive player who will be able to deter us wanting to go to the basket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we tried. That's why we had a bunch of fouls. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure we shot more free throws than they did. And it felt like, yeah, there was ticky-tacky ass fouls like Tony Brothers and his crew were calling and got our bigs, like I said, into foul trouble early on in like the first half. Lively that essentially took Lively out of the game very early. You know what I'm saying? Like AD had a bunch of fouls as well with him. PJ got 2 pretty quickly, even though PJ was killing it. Like he was definitely looking good. His shot was looking pretty well. But it was just a lot of people who got taken out of the game pretty early with the foul. So we're gonna have to work on that and just understand that, like, bruh, our bigs are gonna have to play bigger against, are gonna have to play better against a player like Wimby. But it's like that's the thing. Wimby's probably top five in the league now, and he's trying to show everybody that this year. So it's like I can't be too mad about it, but I can also be like, hey, you guys gotta understand they're in our division. We're gonna play them a bunch of more times. We are gonna see this guy for years to come. So we need to figure out how to deal with his big ass. And this is where we're missing. Like this is a game where we're missing Gafford because he's a lot more physical and aggressive than AD and Lively. So like he would have been able to bang down there, and he would have got some more blocks. He would have started off a block party. He would have allowed Cooper and like AD to roam more and feel more free. And it's just that's where you're missing a player like that. But that's I mean, shit, they didn't have Sohan out there, and if Sohan had been out there, the defense for them would have been even crazier. Shout out to Carter Bryant. He got some minutes, but he didn't get to play as much as like you're gonna eventually see him. He's another defense. He's another defensive beast that they got in San Antonio. Like San Antonio Spurs are a good defensive team. People need to realize that. Like when it's all said and done at the end of the year, like it wouldn't surprise me if they're a top 10 defense, maybe even top five if Wimby's like healthy the entire year because they have his big ass in the paint, just covering so much ground. Then they have all these they have all these quick, small, powerful fucking like guards and forwards just roaming around his big ass to just make sure it to just make it difficult. So it's like that's the thing. If you got to be a very elite and good defense playing against the Spurs, is what people are going to see. And it's like right now we just don't have that type of offense. And I know everybody's going to go back to the Luca of it and everything, and I get that. Like Luca would have scored like 30, 40 points on this team. I'm not even gonna lie, but it's still like with who they were defensively as well. It wouldn't have surprised me if he like Wimby and the rest of those defenders still made it difficult for the rest of the Mavericks and the entire team with Luca. Like it wouldn't have surprised me if that happened. So it's a nasty looking game. I'm not gonna lie to you, but and it sucks. I mean, shout out to Wimby and them. Like I said, he got him a win on opening day. Ever since he's come into the league, we've whooped his ass on opening day. He's always started the year off 0-1. So he's finally started the year off 1-0. He's putting the league on notice that he's here, and shout out to him for that. Like everybody's already crying MVP, which there's 81 more games. We'll see if that happens, but hey, this is not a bad way to start off the campaign for it. I'll tell him. I'll say that for him as well. And oh yeah, shout out Dylan Harper. He had a pretty he looked pretty nice out there. I mean, he had the jitters as well, starting early off. Like he missed a couple of bunnies. He missed a couple of he got blocked a couple of times. He had a couple turnovers, if I'm not mistaken, as well too, that were a little uncharacteristic. But he started settling in. He found his way as well. And it'll just be good to see how his career progresses from here and the rest of his time in the NBA and how that'll look. But game one in the books didn't go the way I wanted it to. I was hoping to be in attendance and see them beat the shit out of the Spurs and for it to be a great debut for Cooper Flagg. But I'll be at the game on Sunday when they play Toronto. So hopefully that game is much better for me to witness in person. Hopefully that'll be good. Oh yeah, another shout out to another rookie. Shout out to VJ Edgecombe scoring 34 on the VJ Edgecombe of the Philadelphia 76ers scoring 34, the most points in a rookie debut, if I'm not mistaken. They said since Wilt Chamberlain's. Like, bro, VJ's gonna be a problem. That rookie of the year battle is going to be crazy. I mean, Cooper's going to eventually step into his own, but then you can't also forget about Ace Bailey out there in Utah. He didn't have that great of a debut game tonight either, but they still beat the shit out of the Clippers. So that's kind of crazy. I'm glad we weren't the only team that got our cheeks clapped tonight. So, but it's Wimby, and it was also Cooper Flagg's debut game, so everybody's going to be talking way more about this than they're going to talk about that, which kind of sucks. It sucks when the eyes are on you, but it's like when things are going good, it's great that the eyes are on you. But This is what happens, man. You take the good, you take the bad. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But hope you guys enjoy the game. I did for a little bit, and then shit got pretty treacherous out there. God, I'm so sick. It's like, yeah, we definitely missing Gaff. We got some Dwight Powell minutes in game one. I'm so sick. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy. I'll see you later. We'll talk more Mavs. Hopefully, we are talking more happy Mavs after Friday. You know, when we get a dub against the Washington Wizards. We shall see. Take it easy, guys. Peace.